So hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Welcome back to the channel. I thought we'd have a quick sit down chat video, and everything's done today, so it's a good time before we get too hot in the day. We're already 85 degrees. I know a lot of you all out there are just burning up out west. We're going to be in the 90s today. So I know I've had some requests of some more walk around and talk videos. I totally get that, but sometimes you just want to sit in the air condition and talk. You get to sit in the air condition and watch me talk. So why can't I sit in the air condition just for a few minutes and talk too? But I digress. So here's the deal. So I know that a lot of you are asking me a lot of questions, and I've gotten a lot of questions about this over the last 2 to 3 years about, where to move in Tennessee. What do I think about you moving to Tennessee? Where's the best place to move in Tennessee? Who is a good real estate agent in Tennessee? Let's hit this up one more time. It's hot, y'all. Et cetera, et cetera. But the main thing that I want to tell you is you have to do what works best for you. Tennessee is getting a lot of people. In fact, from what I've seen with some maps and different things over the last couple of days, which you already know this, Tennessee is one of the hottest places to move now. But, and that is obvious reasons we're awesome. East Tennessee is super awesome, right? So I get a lot of questions. So I thought this was an important subject for me to talk about today because, guys, home prices here have been over the last year. You already know this because I'm sure you've seen reports of home prices maybe in your area or in other places. We are still, by everything that I'm seeing, through the roof. Now, through the roof. The roof is on fire. Squirreled that one. Now, I know there's been a report that came out over the last week talking about Airbnbs and, then one of the, which one was it that I saw? I'll see if I can find it. I think I sent it to James, but if I find it, I will attach it here in the description or in the pinned comment of the video. But basically you were talking about, it was talking about Airbnbs and basically how they are collapsing. And the worst one of the worst places in terms of that is Sevierville, which if you've ever been to East Tennessee and particularly, Sevierville, that's like Sevier County, that's basically Pigeon Forge area up towards Gatlinburg. It's that little region in there. It's where my first families of Tennessee folks came straight off the boat from Ireland, Pennsylvania to Sevier County. So I know a lot about Sevierville. It's Sevierville. So I know the Airbnbs are beginning to suffer. We've seen all of these different situations with that. But as far as personal home sales, I think obviously it depends upon where you're looking. Now, listen, I didn't sit today and go through Zillow, and I'm not going up and calling real estate agents. I'm where I'm at. I will, unless I absolutely have to, I will never move again. So I'm not hot and heavy in on the real estate market, but I can tell you that I see prices. I know of people that are moving or have sold over recent months or years. And yes, the price in particularly here in East Tennessee, I'm sure it's the same way down south, Middle Tennessee, below Nashville, around Nashville, which I would never advise you to move to Nashville if you are a conservative at this point. But, anyway, and it's so sad for me to tell you that. I lived in Nashville, okay? I'm a Tennessee girl, okay? I did demos at the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, y'all, it is not the same. But anyway, but because I am trying to pay attention to some of the housing prices, mainly because I've told you before, my oldest son, who's very independent, working, doing very well, he is looking at some point to try to buy a little house. Now, he's getting married, et cetera, et cetera. That's the plan. So, but the devastation of not being able to afford to buy your first home is pretty severe. If if you have little to no debt, you're working your buns off, all of these things, and you're making pretty decent money. Like I've said before, he's making more money. They're making more money than James and I certainly did when we started out and bought our first home. But it is impossible for young folks, and for a lot of folks now, even, into your middle class, to be able to afford a decent starter or decent home for themselves. We have people that have called here that want to buy our house and property. And I'm like, well, that's great, but where am I going to go? That would be stupid Do you see what I'm saying? Why would I sell it to have to fight to go find something different? I'm happy here, but the point of the price, depending on, you know, how you have bought your home in the past, or if it's paid off, why would you do that? So there's a lot of issues right now as to what you're seeing come onto the market, what has sold, but I can tell you that not far from me, we were driving, and there was this little house for sale. Pretty cute little house, older home. Didn't have all the, you know, just by looking, so we called. Because I thought that might be, fingers crossed, might be a great starter home for him, right? I'm a mom. I'm looking out for my kids, no matter how old they are, right? That's what we do. It's what us moms and me-moms do, right? So, this house, I'm just going to tell you the particulars, is right at 1,100 square feet. So it's a little rancher home, right? It has either 2 or 3 bedrooms. I think it was 2 bedrooms. Kitchen, bigger living room, little area. It's, 1 bath, 1,100 square feet. Great starter home, okay? 2-car garage attached. It sits on, I think, around a half an acre, a little bit more. And I thought, okay, let's see where we are at here, okay? Let's see if this is even remotely close, because everybody's talking about the housing market falling. Let's see if that's true here. What? Hi, just calling on the home, Girl responded back, the real estate agent. She said, oh, thanks for calling. She said, well, the house has already got a contract on it. And I said, well, what were you asking, just out of curiosity? $285,000. She said, but it's under contract right now for $294. So there was a bidding war, obviously, I guess. Or that, yeah, it's under contract now for $294. She said, and we have a backup contract on it as well. So the house was under contract, went very quick. And then it has a backup contract too. So you do the math on that. So what I can tell you is, 3 years ago, houses, generally speaking, give or take, I've talked about this before, this is very, very generic. You might buy a home in East Tennessee, depending on how close to like Knoxville you were, or how far out as far as being rural you were. It just depended on the home. Are you on the lake? Are you close to, it just depended, okay? But if you got a home for around $100 a square foot, that was pretty doggone good. Okay, so if you take 1,100 square feet and you times that multiplication, let's homeschool it, by $100 a square foot, you're looking at $110,000. So here's where I'm going. To honestly though, because it's smaller, some of these smaller homes always are, especially if it's in pretty decent shape, got a little bit of property. This one has been a little bit refurbished on the inside. It's cute. It's not a bad little house at all. It does need a new roof, and I can tell you how much those suckers are these days. Don't try to get a tin roof. You're going to get, well, I don't know what that is today, but when we moved here, we had to replace the roof, and tin roofs, which is exactly what I wanted, was far more expensive than getting a shingled 3D roof. My point is well, you're looking at a new roof, so I mean, gosh, $10,000 to $15,000, depending on how cheap you went, minimum on this little house. So my point here is guys, it's looking to be $267 a square foot. So yes, the truth of the matter is, I have seen homes over the last, several months, last year. The prices are still holding, unless somebody is really trying to boot, scoot, and boogie and sell and get out, which does exist too if you're lucky. Some of these smaller homes, that is, what a lot of people are looking for, because they're looking to downsize, pay off debt. They're looking to get something quick and easy to move here, quick and easy. Or your starter homes, especially your first, when you first get married, or you rent, whatever, and then you decide you want to start a family, look at a home, maybe have a baby. Folks, they're priced out. They can't do it. I mean, unless mom and daddy have a ton of money, which nowadays a lot of people don't have a ton of money to spend because of everything going on. This is the situation going on in East Tennessee. Now, we have a lot of people that are moving here from way up north and out west, and maybe you sold your cracker box home for that or a lot more, because guys, you're different than here. So you're moving here and you're buying things up quickly. But the point that I'm making here is there a housing crash coming? I'm not doubting that, okay? I'm not doubting the bubble. But what I am saying is we're not seeing prices go down anywhere near in around this area yet. Not much, unless it's a desperate individual situation. Prices are still high, okay? And that's very unfortunate. This is why you, again, depending on where you live, you are seeing so many apartments go up. They want to make you a country of renters. Okay, a country of renters. So again, this is going back to the several times that we've had conversations on multi-generational families living together or on the same property. I think we're going to be seeing that. I think we are already seeing that. Many of you have already responded in many different ways saying, my son has moved back, my son has lost his job, my grandkids are moving back, whatever. Do what you need to do, okay? I get it. And I think you need to possibly prepare for more of that going forward, because here's the thing. If something crashes, let's just play hypothetical. Let's ask questions, right? Well, here's the thing. If the housing market crashes, or if something happens and homes become more affordable again, well, what happens if you don't have a job? What if you have bad credit because you lost your job? What if you're living off your credit cards and you're eat up with debt? What if you don't have any savings? What if you come into a medical crisis and it takes all your money and then you don't have anything of some sort of down payment? So there's a lot of factors, but the bottom line is, I want to let you know, as far as what I'm seeing, just by what I'm seeing locally, just by my own experiences, the only way somebody is just semi being able to afford a home these days is if they get lucky, because somebody is just cutting it loose, okay? You may be seeing that. Like I said, there's all kinds of different dynamics. But as far as overall what we're seeing with prices of homes that should be starter homes or very affordable downgrades for people or whatever. When I say downgrade, I'm saying not because it's an ugly home or anything like that. What I mean is they may be saying, okay, I've lived in 2,000 to 3,000 square feet for 20 years. I want to sell it. I want to pay off my debts. Maybe you're an empty nester and I need something a little bit smaller. Well, guess what? You're still getting absolutely bit by the price. Homes here, you can easily say, have more than doubled what we saw 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, without a doubt. So that's what I'm seeing, folks, okay? So you're asking, and people are always asking, like, where would you move? It depends on what you need to do. It depends on your job. You need to go where you feel and you know you can have the most stability for your income. Do not quit your day job, okay? I don't care what anybody on the planet is telling you. I'm going to teach you how to quit your job and have a farm and stay home. That's a bunch of crap, okay? I'm sorry to hurt people's feelings. I'm the opposite. I say have a farm, do the best you can building it slowly, and be realistic, and you better make sure you have an income, because none of this stuff is for free. This is major planning, major time, major investment. Anybody trying to tell you, and I've made a video on this in 2016, 2015, telling you that homesteading is not for free. Folks, it's not, okay? And it's a gamble. And furthermore, nothing is for free. So anybody trying to sell you their CDs or get you to sign up for this so they can teach you how to, folks, avoid that. If you hate your job, look at it in a different way. You have one. Because in 6 months, you may not. Take every opportunity you can to save every penny you can. But that's the reality in terms of housing that I'm seeing, even on smaller starter homes, okay? So that's why you're seeing a lot of different dynamics on why people are moving or selling or doing the things that they're doing. Guys, the prices here, I'll let you know if I see them come down. Maybe somewhere in some county that I don't get to go to very often, that's been the case. But Patera and family and friends that have been here for a long, long time, generations actually, hundreds of years actually, That's not what we're saying. Just saying. So I wanted you to know the real deal. So good luck with what you're doing, guys. Think it through. Be smart. Try to be as debt-free as possible. I'll keep you posted. And guys, I appreciate you being here on the channel always, always, always. We have a lot of videos coming your way. Like, subscribe, and share. Keep preparing. And we'll see you on the next video.